Hey guys, it's Brazilian Hot Dog 724 and we are back in my basement today looking at the Genie Trac Drive Model 250. I know I haven't really taken a video of this in a while, so I figured I might as well. And this is going to be a video with the case off. So, before I get into that though, I got it wrong what this third terminal here is for. It's actually for a receiver, an external receiver, if you're gonna get one for this opener. And then I can't find a serial number or anything on this tag, or maybe it's that. I don't know, 1984 maybe is the date on it. And then there's the dip switches. They're the, let me turn on my light here. So they're the kind that you punch out the hole, and there's little wires inside there. Sorry. And the remote that would have come with this, I believe, to be the 1890. And then this is a 40 watt max bulb. That's just to hold the circuit board there in place. So, yeah. And then on top of the opener is I had to cut off, so I actually could not figure out how to get this piece of the rail out. I had to cut it off with the metal blade. So, you know, at least I have still some of the rail. See what that looked like. And then there's the big drive gear there. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to see if I can get this turned over with one hand. For my first opener that I got, I guess this was a pretty good one to start with. Alright, I gotta flip it over to the other side, actually. It'll stay better on this side. So I'm gonna kind of explain to you some of the guts. So, yeah, this is the inside of a Genie Trac Drive. Not much to it, to be honest. There's not much to it. So, we have the main power cord. It comes in right, comes in from right there. See where it comes in there, and then it comes to this here terminal block. So, this right here I think is the line wire. This is the neutral. The ground hooks up right over here. Right there, that green screw and that green wire, that's the ground right there. And then from right here, it takes these white wires. So there's one goes to the light socket, and the other one goes to this connector thing in the circuit board. And this other black wire, whatever it is, that goes into the motor right here. That's where all the wires come in. These red ones, one goes in here. The other one actually goes to the transformer, which is right here. I don't know like what the transformer, and I couldn't find a part number yet. I'll probably make a video when I tear it down and show all the individual parts. And then there's another wire, some other wires, the blue one, and then this other white one for the light socket here. And then there's those wires for the capacitor. I took the capacitor out, say 220 volt AC, 60 hertz. I think that's part number, one of these, X18287A or 3628416. I think this is the serial number, 1984, I guess is the date on this. So this is a 1984 opener. And then this is just where the capacitor would go in on that little bracket there. So the board right here, it's actually not a control board. It's just a receiver. It's just a plain receiver. So, it's, yeah, you can see right that metal block right there. I don't know what that is. Those are the switches right here, and the receiver. Yeah, I gotta come over to the other side. I don't know if you can read there. It says it's model AR90-1, 390 megahertz. I can't read the serial number, but I think it would have an 84 in it somewhere. So I believe this is a 1984 opener. The motor in this, I believe this is a 1/4 horsepower motor. And then, oh yeah, it might be a control board, because those two wires there, and they hook up to the RPM sensor. So this is new enough to have an RPM sensor, but it's old enough to not have much to the guts in there. You can see the clutch here. I think the way this works is that the tighter it is, the more sensitive. I think the way this works is that the tighter you adjust it, the more sensitive it is to reversing off an object, and then the looser it is, the less sensitive it is. So I believe that is how that works. And then right over here, this opener has plenty of gears to strip out in it. So this right here is the main gear that comes off the motor, and then there's this bigger gear. So I don't know any gear reductions or anything for this. Now right behind that big gear, you can see that tiny gear with the big teeth on it, and then there's the big, this right here, that's the main drive, the big gear that you see on top of track drives. And then those are the wires right there that hook up to the, right there, those three wires are what hook up to the terminals on the opener. So yeah, there's not much really to this. And then the sprocket is, there's some wires in the way, but the sprocket is right under the motor, like right behind this plate here. So the sprocket is, and then you can kind of see in here, there's the drive tape, and then it just goes into here for the sprocket. I have no clue what the sprocket looks like. I don't know what it looks like, and then but the sprocket, it's not, the tape is not continuous on it, it's just one long piece. So that's not continuous. And then there's the flip over here. Make sure don't crush any of the wires. Antenna. So this is the big drive gear right here, and the sprocket is right in here, and then there's just this shaft that the main drive gear will turn the sprocket. And then there's this bracket that I should have shown before I flipped it over, but it goes, so I'll show you actually. I'll flip it over again. It goes, I'll just show it from here. So the bracket goes right, so you see those two holes right by the drive tape. It actually goes right there like that. You can see where the bracket is. So I don't know if it's like to hold the rail in place, or I don't know what that's for, but when I was trying to take it apart to get that rail piece off, this fell off. So I don't know what it's for. And then I just have the other pieces to it. So, oh yeah, this is the label, Norelco Genie. I think it used to be Norelco and then Alliance or something. I don't know what Norelco is. And there's the Trac Drive logo. This was a red cased unit. I don't know if they made, I think they did make gray case 250s. I think that was the 250A. But these cases are just broken. They're shattered. You can see right there that screw, that tab snapped off, and that plastic snapped off. So yeah, I will put the case on back someday so you can see the full opener. And I do kind of regret not running it. You know, I don't really want to now because I don't have a capacitor, and I've already kind of touched and scratched up some of the parts, so don't really want to risk it. There's a cord that's kind of bent right there. Drive tape right here, and it seems to be in pretty good condition for a 250 track drive. This is in a lot better condition than other videos of track drives I've seen. This is right here, the inner slide. So take it off right here. There's the inner slide. This is a little hole right here. So yeah, it's pretty simple to get the inner slide out of there. And it just fits in that. So I'm assuming this is like kind of what the sprocket looks like. And then we have the door arms. This is what I like about Genie, is their curved arms are longer. So if you have like a low head door, then you can use just this arm to hook it up. So when I might replace the opener at my grandma's on the left side, which even though that one's used less, it's wearing out faster, but I'm going to replace that. I might replace it. I don't know if I'm going to be the one to replace it, but I believe that's getting replaced with an 8365. So if I do replace it, I'm just going to use this one, and then I have an idea for mounting. I said 8065s, I was going to be replacing them in the one video, but I decided 8365. So right here is the straight arm. Again, it's shorter than Chamberlain ones. Here's the track drive trolley. It's a huge thing. Also in pretty good condition. It release does work. Then you pull down and toward the door or toward the opener. Either way works. And this is the header bracket. Nothing too special. And the limit switches, nothing too special. There's the contacts in there. Let me focus this. So it's contacts. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to the Genie Trac Drive. And the way you would wire the limit switches, actually. So this is the down switch. So you would connect the wire to this, and you would run it in these grooves in the rail up here. And on the other one, where it is, right here, I believe. Is this one it? Yeah. Right. I think what you do is you're supposed to run a separate wire for each switch. I think that's how you do it. And then I don't know which terminals they hook up to. And then, by the way, this other little feature this is a feature that Genie had. I believe this also has a regular. So right here, I get my light. You can see. Oh, it's bright. So, oh my gosh, focus. This thing has got to focus. Come on. There we go. So you see this little wire here, so that gold wire. So this is a feature that Genie had. So the lights on the opener would stay on when the door reached up. But if you unclip that wire, if you take it off from that screw, then the lights will shut off when the door is open. So that's how Genie's lights. That's just a feature that Genie used to have. So I thought I might point that out, but that's pretty much it for my Genie 250 track drive. So check back soon for more videos and subscribe to the channel.